All right, we're dancing. It's back to school week. It continues, and we want to address one of the most challenging things for moms, at least for me, school lunches. It's hard to keep it healthy, fresh, and most importantly, something your kids will eat.
Ultimate
Chef
dilemma.
Laurie is here with us to the rescue with some great healthy lunch ideas.
Chef Laurie to the rescue.
I know. I just want you. Your voice is always in my head, like all
well,
the time.
You know, this is the thing with school lunch, and there's so many websites out there that can show you these amazing kids' lunches where everything looks like a circus animal and it's all pretty. It's like so much pressure to do that every day. It's just, moms are busy enough. So I mean, you just make it basic, you make it good, but you know, don't set yourself up like that. It's just a lot
So
of
it does
pressure.
not need to be a circus animal.
No, or look
and if
like
you have
Cinderella,
time for that,
or,
like that's
oh my gosh.
great too.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
yes.
don't feel bad about it.
Exactly.
We're all busy.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's a lot of cool strategies. I mean, I always had my kids do it with me. If you do it as a team, you know, when it was time to pick out their own cereal, I said, you can go get whatever cereal you want. It just had to have 5 grams of sugar or less on the box. So it was, they got to choose. So it's their choice.
But they're actually learning to read
yes,
labels at the
but
same
then it's
time.
my
So
cereal.
smart.
I picked it out instead of you saying, this is the
Forcing
cereal
them to
you
eat
will
it.
eat, you know? So this is kind of a, I would tell them, go down the produce aisle and find something with every color of the rainbow. And that kind of keeps them busy.
Yeah.
But again, you know, they get to choose. Like, they even have purple carrots now, which is really cool. So
I wondered what those were. Yeah, I don't know if we can
Purple
get
and
a shot of
yellow.
this, but it sounds overwhelming. Like
I know.
every color of the rainbow, but the stuff that you put up, I'm like, yeah, we have that and that and
It's
that.
like,
and
you
that
know,
in our
Monday
house.
can be blue day, you know, we've got plums and blackberries and blueberries and, you know, put that. But again, you know, have them actually help make your lunch also. They say, oh, Mom,
so if they have to eat the red peppers, I have to read.
yes,
Smart.
that's how it all kind of, you kind of mess with their brain, but
They
still.
think they have an inch of
they're-
power. Trick them
But
into
there are
it.
some good things, you know, good things and bad things out there, as you know. I mean, obviously their beverage should be water, but most kids are, you know, water is just so bland. But every day I would put in, right in here, I've got just some fresh sliced peaches. It really gives it a
Toss
nice
them in there.
flavor, but doesn't add any sugar or anything
not a
else. And it's
juice
kind of
box,
fun.
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a conversation thing, like, oh my God, like, what's that in your juice, Kate?
Why are you so
And
fancy,
she'd say,
Kate?
yeah, so it's, you know, every day there's a different color, so it's a fun kind
Love
of
it.
cool thing. Also, I used to make my own Jello.
Okay.
Jello, most kids love Jello. They love the little Jello packs. But this one is really cool because I'm using real juice, 100% juice, no artificial. You know, Whole Foods got these really cool. This is Mommy Boost. I mean, there's ginger, apples, all kinds of fun stuff in here. And really all you do is heat it up just like regular Jello, and you add gelatin. I mean, we're putting the recipe up on the website.
Yep, we've got the
I'll
recipe.
put it on Facebook too also. So you add the gelatin, you stir it around to dissolve it, and then I put in the blender some fresh fruit. It can be any kind of fruit. I mean, this can be made a bunch of different ways.
Okay, so
And
kind of like whatever
also,
you have in the fridge.
Something to sneak in there, but don't let them see you do this. I'm putting some kale in here.
Love it.
I swear they don't know
have
it's
no
there.
idea. You can't see
Yeah,
it.
and then we just pour the hot gelatin and juice mix in here.
Okay.
And you just puree it.
Puree it
you
up.
let it go, and through the magic of television, we turn this on. You let it go for a little while till it's nice and pureed. And I just pour it into a loaf pan lined with parchment paper. Chill it for a couple of hours. I mean, it really just kind of lifts right out. It looks kind of funky right now, but that's from the foamy stuff. And you can cut it into squares, or you can put it in a little, so it looks like
and
a
there's
jello.
not like, I know my daughter Kate, if she sees like a flicker of green, she's not going to eat it. But you don't see
I know
the
you
kale.
don't see it.
Like it's hidden.
Yeah, they're smart.
They're
I see something. They know what
very,
you're up to.
very
But yeah, I
smart.
mean, a Vitamix is good, but even just a regular blender will
Sure.
work fine. And you cut it into little squares.
Okay.
Put it in a little thing like this. Pop it right in.
And the recipe's right there on the screen. And
yeah,
you said it
it's
lasts
really
a
easy.
week
I mean,
in the fridge, so you make it on the
yeah,
Sunday
like a
and
week,
you give it to them every day.
You got it all week. Cut it. I mean, yes, you can pour it in those little Jello modes. Those are really cool and they're cute. But this, you just cut it in squares and toss it in there. They love it. One more thing, which is kind of a good snack, yet another protein alternative. Instead of, you know, you've got turkey, you've got cheese, you've got sandwiches and things like that. This is kind of like a nut butter coconut ball kind of thing.
Okay. Nut butter coconut
So
balls.
it's, so really all it is just some good granola. Buy granola that has more than just oats and sugar in it, because most granola, that doesn't too sweet. I like to use, you know, this stuff you used in yesterday, this wild butter, I was like,
It's
ooh,
good,
I'm gonna
isn't
try.
it?
Yeah,
The wild butter
'cause you
is
can't use peanut butter.
peanut-free. It's made out of soy.
So, you know, I put the peanut butter in here. I also like to put in some coconut oil because it's such good fat, and kids need good fat from coconut oil, and it tastes kind of sweet. They don't really know what's in there.
Okay.
So as much as you want, but this is just really has good flavor and texture. Some protein powder for extra protein.
And that's safe for kids. Is there a certain kind we should buy, or it doesn't matter?
I would stick to the whey protein. Obviously, grass-fed whey protein is the best. I
so
would
like
stay
Whole
away
Foods
from
or something would have
Yeah, I would stay away from soy isolates. But you know, there's pea protein, there's hemp protein, there's rice protein.
It's overwhelming.
It is.
Really
It's really crazy. But just again, read the ingredients because they put a lot of stuff in there.
Grass-fed.
So protein. Couple of raisins in there for some texture, and then of course some raw honey. I mean, a little bit is good. Obviously not too much, but there's so much good protein and fiber in there that you're good. So I mean, I puree it up, and then I kind of dump it in this container, and I chill it, and then I just kind of roll it into little balls and roll it into coconut, and my kids love it. I mean, it's sweet, it's good, and it's healthy, and this is actually.
Do you have to refrigerate to solidify, or you can just like pop it right
because think
in?
of like, you know, peanut butter at room temperature. And this one's actually loose. Some of those natural peanut butters are really hard, you know.
Or they're really oily.
Yeah.
Either,
So I would, if the oil's on top, store them upside down, and then the oil, and then when you tip it over, it all comes out good. But yeah, this is a little bit looser than most, but you know, any nut butter, cashew butter, they make so many different kinds of butter now instead of the good old fashioned peanut butter.
If you were to, here's the recipe right there on the screen. If you were to make a ton of them, can I put them in the freezer?
Yes, make a bunch. The kids,
Yeah,
your girls can do this. They can, because I'm telling you, if they help, they are more apt to eat it if they help.
That's so
for
smart.
sure.
I love the idea of shopping the rainbow. And I want to point out Pottery Barn Kids was so kind to send us these boxes.
Very cool.
These
Very
little
cool.
bento boxes right here full of the treats that you put in there. And I love that it's like sectioned off. Go ahead and set that down.
And I think
so like
kids
they
love
open
that.
it up and they can see everything right there. So it's like easier to eat. And those are
it's
all
pretty
available on
balanced. And they got to help
potterybarnkids.com.
make it. It does take a little bit of time. We got to put some time into this to get it to work.
When we, like looking at this section off, like I always try to do, like I'll put the meat or the sandwich. Do you recommend like one veggie, one fruit? Like what is there?
I stick
game
with
plan we should
protein,
follow?
vegetables, and fruit. You know, and then of course you need a little treat, obviously.
I was going to say,
So
is a
this
cookie
kind of-
okay? Usually one of my squares has a cookie, like just one.
Right, that's fine. I mean, this is like
Yeah.
one of those things where it's a treat, but it's also a veggie and a fruit,
That's
kind of pureed in there. So
it.
it's you know, you
Chef
sneak in
Laurie,
there.
where can we go? Your website
You
again?
can go to cheflaurie.com. I want to show you one more thing.
Yeah.
This is a
Oh, yeah,
little
yeah.
trick where some kids that aren't into the whole wheat bread thing and start to transition from the white bread. So I put a slice of white bread on the top, and then on the bottom slice is the whole wheat bread.
So smart. Tricking kids
But
for
yeah,
how long?
tricking
Chef Laurie.
kids, tricking kids for years.
All right, check out cheflaurie.com if you want a good book. Her cookbook, Chef by Step, is also great. My kids love cooking with me using your book. Wonderful.
I want to hear the
All right.
results.
Yeah, we've got more back to school week with bits of lace right after this.
Right. Yay.